Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Islam, a religion that is universal, not limited to one ethnicity or region. Although it originated from the Arabian Peninsula, it is designed to be accepted by everyone, not just Arabs. This religion aligns with common sense, offering teachings that are rational and acceptable to human logic. Islam has a long history in Germany, with interactions that can be traced back to the 9th century. The Muslim community has grown and contributed to German society in various ways, including the construction of mosques and social activities. About 5.5 million Muslims live in Germany, nearly 3 million of whom are German citizens. Muslims in Germany have diverse cultural and linguistic backgrounds and adhere to many different Islamic denominations. The reasons someone converts to Islam are very diverse. In this video, we will discuss the reasons that led an important figure from Germany to convert to Islam and how a politician from Germany's anti-Islam party became a Muslim. Dr. Hoffman, a graduate of Union College in New York with a doctorate in law and jurisprudence from the University of Munich, Germany in 1957, was born into a German Catholic family on July 3, 1931. His spiritual journey reached a milestone on September 25, 1980, when he embraced Islam. This significant event took place at the Islamic Center Colonia, where he recited the Shahada under the guidance of Imam Muhammad Ahmad Rasul. In addition to his role as a research assistant on the reform of federal civil procedure, Dr. Hoffman's academic achievements include receiving an LLM degree from Harvard Law School in 1960. His professional journey led him to serve as the Director of Information for NATO in Brussels from 1983 to 1987. Subsequently, he was appointed as the German ambassador to Algeria in 1987 and to Morocco from 1990 to 1994. On a personal note, Dr. Hoffman embarked on a spiritual pilgrimage, performing Umrah in 1982 and completing the Hajj 10 years later, in 1992. Before his appointments in Algeria and Morocco, Dr. Hoffman embraced Islam, a significant step in his life journey. His conversion to Islam was publicly announced after he authored a book titled Der Islam als Alternative, Islam as an Alternative, in 1992. The publication of this book caused a sensation in Germany, stirring considerable public interest. In his book, Dr. Hoffman not only explains that Islam is the best alternative for a Western civilization that has become decrepit and lost its justification, but he also explicitly states that Islam is a viable alternative religion for Western society. Dr. Hoffman writes in his book that Islam is not just another alternative for post-industrial Western society, but he asserts that Islam is the only existing alternative. It's not surprising that even before Dr. Hoffman's book was published, it had already caused a stir in German society. It all started with a television interview on Channel 1 with Murad Hoffman, where he discussed his upcoming book at that time. Immediately after Murad Hoffman's interview was broadcast, there was an uproar among the mass media and the German public. They simultaneously criticized and made demands on Hoffman, which continued until they had the opportunity to read his book. The media, both small-scale and large ones like Der Spiegel, often engage in such practices. For instance, there was an occasion when a German TV station filmed Murad Hoffman performing his prayers on a prayer mat at the German ambassador's office in Morocco. The incident was commented on by the reporter with the question, "Is it logical for Germany to transform into an Islamic state that follows the laws of God?" Hoffman smiled when he heard the reporter's comment. He said, "If there is one thing that I have successfully expressed, it is a painful reality." This shows that he understands his Islam might provoke anger among the German citizens. However, he is aware that he must face everything, whatever the risks. For him, Islam is a logical and advanced religion. Wilfried Hoffman, a diplomat whose thinking is highly recognized for its brilliance, chose to add Murad to his name, which means the sought after. Leopold Weist, an Austrian who became a Muslim and changed his name to Muhammad Assad, stated that in a broader context, Murad means goal, and this is the ultimate goal for Hoffman. Hoffman's concern about the decline of morality in the Western world became the basis for his embrace of Islam. He felt that the religion he had previously practiced was no longer sufficient to address his disappointment and concerns about this situation. While serving as an attaché at the German embassy in Algeria, Hoffman observed the patience, strength, and perseverance of the Algerian Muslim community in facing trials and tribulations. This experience, coupled with his concern over the loss of identity and moral values in Europe, prompted him to convert to Islam. He felt burdened by the doctrine of original sin that humans must bear and the concept of a deity other than Allah. He questioned the logic behind the belief that God must have a son, who was then tortured and killed on the cross for the salvation of mankind. This signifies the powerlessness of God, he declared emphatically. During his quest for God, Hoffman once questioned the existence of Allah. He analyzed the works of philosophers such as Wittgenstein, Pascal, Swinburne, and Kant. After a deep analytical process, he reached the conviction with full certainty that God truly exists. He then asked, how does God communicate with humans and guide them? Here he discovered the concept of revelation as proclaimed by God. Hoffman, in comparing the religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all of which provide revelations to their followers, found that Islam explicitly rejects the concept of inherited sin. When humans offer prayers, they should only pray and make supplications to Allah, the Creator, and not to any other gods. A Muslim lives a life without priests or a religious hierarchy. In prayer, they direct their prayers directly to Allah, not through Jesus, Mary, or any other saints, he asserted. Therefore, I view Islam as a religion that is pure and free from shirk or the association of Allah with His creations. Allah neither begets nor is begotten, he declares firmly. In Hoffman's book titled Der Islam als Alternative, Annie-Marie Schimmel provides the preface by quoting Goethe's words, "If Islam means to submit with full sincerity, then upon the foundation of Islam we should indeed live and die." In his book Trend Islam 2000, Hoffman discusses the potential future of Islamic civilization. He identifies three attitudes that Muslims hold towards their future: the pessimistic group, which views history as a journey that is always declining; the stagnant group, which sees the history of Islam fluctuating up and down like a wave; and the optimistic group, which believes that the future of the Muslim community will continue to progress. Hoffman calls on Muslims to always maintain an optimistic outlook and to anticipate a better tomorrow. Hoffman, who is actively involved in Islamic organizations such as the OIC, consistently shares his brilliant ideas that contribute to the progress of Islam. In mid-September 2009, he was recognized as Muslim Personality of the Year at an event organized by the Dubai International Holy Quran Award, DIHQA, an honor that was previously awarded to Sheikh Dr. Yusuf al-Qaradawi. There are several important reasons that led Murad Wilfried Hoffman to leave Catholicism and choose Islam, and these reasons have left a profound impression on his mind. In 1961, while serving as an attaché at the German embassy, he found himself amidst a bloody guerrilla war between the French army and the Algerian National Front, which had been fighting for Algeria's independence for 8 years. There, he witnessed the cruelty and massacres suffered by the Algerian people. Every day, many Algerians were killed. I witnessed the patience and resilience of the Algerian people in the face of extreme suffering. They were highly disciplined, observing the fast during Ramadan, and their confidence in achieving victory was very high. I have great respect and pride for their attitude, he said. Another reason that led him to choose Islam is that Hoffman is a lover of art and beauty. Art possesses a variety of forms that are very attractive and beautiful, including its architectural art. Almost every space is manifested in the universal beauty of Islamic art, from calligraphy, carpet patterns, building spaces to mosque architecture, it demonstrates the strength of Islamic art, he explains. From the reasons mentioned, the main factor that motivated him to embrace Islam is because this religion does not teach the doctrine of inherited sin. The statements in the Quran are very clear, rational, and assertive. I have no doubt about the truth of Islam and the mission brought by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said with full conviction. Murad Wilfried Hoffman passed away on January 13, 2020, in Bonn, North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany, after a long illness at the age of 88. Although he is no longer with us, his intellectual and spiritual legacy continues to live on through his works and the impact he had on intercultural and interfaith dialogue. The story of Murad Wilfried Hoffman is proof that the search for truth and understanding can lead one on a path that not only changes their own life, but also provides insights and inspiration to many others. Brothers and sisters, that is the extraordinary and heart-stirring story of Murad Wilfried Hoffman. However, there is also a story about a German politician who was once known to be anti-Islam, but ultimately decided to convert to Islam. Arthur Wagner, a politician from the Nationalist Alternative for Germany (AfD) party, surprised his colleagues by announcing his conversion to Islam. The decision of Wagner, who is an immigrant from Russia, made headlines around the world throughout the year 2018. The German public and the world were shocked for good reason. The Alternative for Germany, AfD, the party that rose to prominence with his help, became the first nationalist party since the 1960s to win seats in the German parliament last year, openly propagating anti-Muslim rhetoric. One of their slogans was, "Islam does not belong in Germany." Arthur Wagner's presence in the party sparked internal concerns. Moreover, Wagner, who began his career as a truck driver, stated that he would remain with the AfD. He is ambitious to foster relations between German Muslims and the majority society in the country. However, ultimately, Wagner, who had joined the AfD in 2015, resigned from his position as the local deputy chairman of the AfD in his home state of Brandenburg. Subsequently, his decision received a response from the party. The AfD spokesperson, Daniel Friese, stated that the party is not concerned about Wagner's conversion to Islam. Being a Muslim does not preclude active membership in the party, despite the AfD's opposition to Islam and Muslims. The party has no problem with it, said Friese. The case of Wagner, although considered highly unusual, was still accepted by the party. This contrasts with Arnoud van Doorn, a member of the Freedom Party from Dutch right-wing politician Geert Wilders, who was asked to leave the party in 2013 after converting to Islam and making a pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. Wagner is believed to be the first AfD member to convert to Islam after joining the party. However, the party spokesperson mentioned that there are other Muslims among Wagner's ranks. This 50-year-old man changed his name to Ahmad after reciting the SHAHADA, the Islamic Declaration of Faith. Initially, Wagner, an active member of the German-Russian community, refused to comment on his story of converting to Islam. The man who serves as the vice chairman of the Russian-German Regional Committee has finally revealed his identity as a Muslim to the public. He has also agreed to give an interview with Bild newspaper to explain the reasons behind his decision. Wagner, who was previously a devout Christian and a registered member of the Protestant Church, stated that one of his reasons is the changes within the church that he no longer understands. Wagner, who had been active in the Christian Democrats, firmly expressed his displeasure with Protestants participating in the gay rights parade in Berlin. He criticized their stance towards the AfD party and same-sex marriage, highlighting the presence of children at the event. In 2015, during his visit to Ufa, home to the largest Tatar Muslim community and one of the centers of Islamic studies in Russia, Wagner took the Shahada. Since then, he has believed that the 21st century is the century of Islam and plans to study to become an imam in Russia. Wagner kept his conversion to Islam a secret for about 3 years, feeling uncertain about what to say to his party colleagues. However, once he declared his Islam openly, he began receiving threatening letters. He revealed, "I received letters ordering me to leave Germany before I am blown up by a bomb." The threats did not intimidate Wagner. He felt that he was part of something much larger, a community of approximately 1.8 billion people worldwide. "I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I just go my own way," he said loudly. May these two stories serve as lessons and motivation in delving deeper into the Islamic faith. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. See you in the next video. Peace be upon you, and God's mercy and blessings.